it's a go-to. So we come into AA, we get sober, but we still have these what are called operating principles. They're subconscious operating principles. We don't do these things consciously unless we do. Um, and it can be when you get sober, you feel really good for a month or so, and then you start to feel crazy because alcohol has twisted your mind, and you're like, how am I ever going to act normal? For some people, it's worse than others. That's why in AA we have the saying, some of us are sicker than others. I mean, some of us have drank hard and heavy for a long time, and we've really bent our brain around. Other people, not so much. But this step 6 and 7, which is about, they call it, AA calls it defects of character and shortcomings. Here in this meeting, AA 3.0, we like to call it defective thinking, or what is your go-to defect, or what is your defective operating principle? We all have them. So the idea here is um, we try to isolate them. Oh, I just did that, whatever it is. I'm going to argue with somebody over this, or I'm going to argue about that, or I have a position about this or a position about that, and I'm going to hang on to my hard-held positions. It's part of what we call in AA the alcoholic mind. They may call it something else, someplace else. So then, what the hell? How do I change this? Well, in AA, we talk about turning it over to God, praying about it. Gina from Lancaster has her cat in the meeting. We just had, she just showed the cat to everyone. That's that's called cat porn. Cut it out. And then Allison, her cat, had stepped up. Look, it was walking on. We have Cat Friday for those of you who have a cat. Yeah, we do, Gina. Cat Friday. On Friday, everybody brings their cats. And that's the day. When you look at all the little squares, there are little kitties running around the whole place. It's just adorable. And for those who hate cats and prefer dogs, we have Thursday. Oh, there you go. Oh, there's another cat. Oh, look at that. Billy D's cat is like out. All right, you are our people. Okay, so what the heck was I? All right. Uh, yeah. So what we try to do is we try to isolate what is my go-to defect of behavior. And when you find yourself doing it, that's when you need to like stop yourself and write it down. And the question is, how do I stop acting out of defect? The way you do it is recognize when you see it. Usually we're going to find those things in our fourth step, fifth step, 6 and 7, when it says we start to write down my part, and you find these common threads that go through it. And then we do something differently. So an example, Sam is back. Sam had to go to the vet. He had to take care of his cat at the vet. And we so we do something differently. Okay. So now how do I do something differently? Okay. So let's say you are a compulsive liar. Every time you turn around, you're going to lie about something. So somebody says, "Oh, how are you? So, what kind of car do you drive?" And you say, "Oh, being a compulsive liar, I'll say, oh, I drive a 2024 Corvette." And they go, really, when I have a '76 Honda parked in the driveway. So I drive a brand new Corvette. And the way that you correct it is you go, oh, wait, no, that's not true. I actually drive a '76 Honda. I wish I had a 2024 career. So you correct it there. Um, or if you're the kind of guy and you grew up in rural America and it was common when you drove down Main Street, if you saw a pretty girl walk by, you would whistle at her. Well, that's slightly offensive these days to some people. Let's say you're in Boulder in the university city and you see a pretty girl. You're about to whistle out the window. You go, oh, no, wait, don't do that. Don't do anything. Just acknowledge that was a beautiful woman and move on. So there are they defects of character? That's harsh. Defective thinking, yeah, defective mindal process. That's what we try to figure out. What are my defects? What are my defects? And then, so I want to ask Jeff. So Jeff, is that the kind of process that you had to go through in your fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh? You isolated your
Yes,
defects, knowing what they are.
yes. Jeff, alcoholic, South Florida. Yes, but this is the first time this being the meeting, is the first time I've heard what we read so often as defects of character approached differently. I think much more accurately and much more effectively. This is the 21st century. I wrote it down here. Number one, I lie. Number two, well, actually, and then I tell what it is. And then the third, I say, but I wish I love that. If you look at this, go to 76 here. As we approach the actual taking of step 7, it might be well if we AAs once more new would inquire once more just what our deeper objectives are. I don't think we know our objectives for a long time, and I think when it's almost like we're stamped. There's a stamp like a chisel and stone
Yeah.
on us when it says defects of character. This what gives us a way to work it out, to work with the program and work
I
out of that situation. Yeah, thank you.
I got taught a bunch of defective thinking later on, like if you've ever taken sales training classes. So I needed to make some money, so I would get a job like at a car dealership or something, and they have all these sales programs, and then they they teach you all this bad behavior, and then they make you do it. Then you start to do it. Now you're doing it. And then in AA, well, we're not supposed to do that. AA, we're trying to figure out what are my defects and uh, is this does this behavior, here it comes, support me in the world? Does it support the new life that I want? So if, let's say I decide, I think I'll start dealing guns and drugs. Good money in it. I know people that have a lot of it. And so then I convince myself, well, that'll be fine. There's nothing wrong with guns and drugs. They're victimless crimes. It's small. And then, but does that really support my life? Does it support my AA way of being? So I have to stop and say, wait, no, maybe I shouldn't do that. I, sometimes alcoholics, sometimes we make a lot of bad decisions based on our defective thinking, our broken brain. Uh, this is the hardest part of the program. And then what happens is when we go into defect, then we insist that we're on the right track. First, we're so embarrassed that we went there. Now we need to double down, back it up. And we've been watching this play out in the political courts and scene over the past few years, with people committing all kinds of crimes, doubling down as to why they're absolutely correct. But does it support you? Does it support the rest of the world? And then, so this is the deep, deep work in AA. This is the hard stuff. Um, how about Matt? How about you? Anything on this topic?
Yeah, I think I mean it's for
Introduce
me.
yourself, Matt.
I'm mad alcoholic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean for me, part of it was, the serenity prayer and, accepting the things I cannot change. For, a defect for me was always trying to be a director and rearrange people and things how I wanted it to be and everything would be great. And it's really, the serenity prayer during the day and saying, this person's like that, and accepting that and not, moving on and just not engaging necessarily. I mean, I don't want to be like seen as a pushover, but then again, it's like just it's not my business. I don't want to get involved. You know, I was just at my in-laws, so there was a lot of serenity prayer over 3 days with 3, 4, 5 women in the house, all sisters.
No, no, no judgment by you.
That's why I'm not judging exactly. You know,
Oh, if you
and
say so.
yeah, so, but it was
I,
just
I think I
trying to
would have
be.
avoided that one.
I've tried.
I mean, I would
It was
avoid talking
Christmas.
about it here. The
Oh,
more
okay,
you
okay,
talk about it, the deeper
yeah,
in
yeah,
you're going, but keep going.
yeah. No, no, no.
All right.
Oh, that was it. So,
Doc,
but it's serenity prayer. I don't get upset about
uh,
it. It's the way
all right.
different people are.
All right. Gina's having a good time. She has 2 years. Okay, Gina, your defects, what are they? Do you have anything on this?
Um, I would say isolation, probably like not being fully myself, so I'm actually hiding my true self from people. So I guess that's
You're
deceptive.
not doing that
And
today.
then
You and
probably
your cat,
anger.
you guys are 100% forward.
Yeah, because I've been in a gray area lately, which, that's depression. So isolation's probably my biggest one, and just like I shut down
Oh, yeah.
now. Back in the day, like before I had more recovery, it was just anger. Like it was the opposite. I'll lash out or something, but I don't want to be like that, and I want to be me, like I want to be me again and not doubt myself or take what people say about me so seriously when I know it's not true. And then just like feed myself with that doubt constantly and just like know it's not true. And then I'm like having trouble reaching my goals or having trouble getting out of bed for what? So I guess
Yeah,
that's what came to mind for me is
cool.
isolation, anger,
Perfect.
doubt.
I love it. Naaman, how about you?
Um, Naaman, grateful to be a recovering alcoholic. Definitely, one of my go-tos is kind of a people pleasing kind of thing, and just fear of not being accepted. And so, an isolation is a tactic I use, and avoidance to even approach or try and do anything about it. And the humility thing in today's reading is, that's it seems like I don't know. I just don't. Usually I'm used to just like not feeling like I'm good enough. So, but I'm like really good, with other things like plumbing and stuff. So I trying to wrap around how to have confidence and also be humble at the same time.
All right, stop right there. Perfect. Julie, your go-to defect response or action.
Hi, I'm Julie, alcoholic. I think one of my biggest defective thinking and behavior is procrastination and just not getting things started. And yeah, this meeting helps me stay on track, and I always have to pay attention to that. That's always something I'm going to have to keep an eye on.
I like it. Perfect. Go ahead, Weston. How about yours?
Hi, Weston alcoholic. For me, especially with this most recent relapse, one of unfortunately many, so I'm in the right place. Um, I struggle not to build up an overabundance of anger and resentment at those around me. I get a ton. God's gifted me with an incredibly supportive spouse. She's wonderful, and she's taken the time to learn a lot, at least as much as I know about alcoholism and what I'm dealing with. And she's very, very supportive, and I'll always be grateful for that. But
You're in a, listen, I have a question. You're in a treatment center right now, is that right? Or you're in a
no, sir,
program?
not me. No, I'm at home.
Oh, you're at home. Okay. Well, so now the big thing is for you to get sober, stay sober, and then try to work your way through steps 1 through 12. Hey, listen, you are welcome to come here. We're here every day. This is called Newcomer Slipper Step Workshop. Matt's going to put up a link to the meeting. We meet every day, same time, same channel, North Carolina time. We meet at 6, 7 days a week. And my recommendation to you and anybody else who's new here, come here for 5 days, see how you like it, and then we'll put you to work. So that goes for you too, Gina. If you think you're going to like this meeting, then what we'll do is we'll take you through all 12 steps, give you reading assignments, writing assignments, take you through 6 different books. It's a class. It's AA 101. It's AA University. It's the only thing like it in the world. It's kind of cool. Um, hey, Teresa in Philly, how about you? How are you liking today's meeting?
I like it. It's nice. I
Yeah.
like yeah, I like sorry, I'll turn my video on. I like the serenity prayer. I had to use it today. Was This year was my first sober Christmas and probably since I was adolescent, like a teenager. I don't know. So
Yeah, that's a big deal, isn't it?
yeah,
Sober for Christmas. Woo!
yeah. So that serenity prayer I used.
All right. Glad you're here. Listen, same thing to
Thank
you.
you.
Come here for 5 days if you want to, see how you like it, and we will put you to work. Billy D with the upside down cat. Hey, where are you calling from, Billy, and how long have you been sober?
Hey, I'm Billy D. I'm an alcoholic. I'm from Nelson Brandon, California. That's in Northern California, not Southern California.
How long do you have now?
I relapsed on the 13th. I went out with marijuana.
Yeah. So you've
I,
got what do you have, 17 days, something like that?
yeah, I was 3 days away from a year. I haven't had a drink for over a year, but yeah, I slipped on that THC. I decided that
Yeah.
I wanted to change my reality. I didn't like the reality I was in, so I wanted to change it and didn't really help at all.
You know what I do to change my reality is I'll go to an AA meeting. I'll have a cup of tea. I may have a cup of coffee. I'll go for a walk, call somebody on the phone. You're welcome to come here. We meet same time every day. Come for 5 days, see how you like it, and if you do like it, we'll put you to work. Um, Matt, how about you? How are you liking today's meeting?
Hey everybody, Matt, I'm an alcoholic down here in Central Florida. Thank you guys for hosting. I have a little bit of time before I have to go out to work, so I decided to log on because my sponsor told me to. But it's
So you're in
important
Florida.
around this
How many days sober are you?
137.
137. Okay. You were here the other day,
Yes,
weren't you?
sir. I was not actually. I
Oh,
think I'm new to this meeting. I don't believe I've been to this one before.
well, there's so many Matts, we never know. Okay. Yeah, so go
Sure.
ahead. I'm listening to you.
No, you're good. I'm glad you guys are hosting this meeting because end of the year holidays are crazy, terrible times for a lot of people. Everybody's sick at my job site. Everybody's calling out. We're super short staffed, but it is what it is. We got to do it,
Well,
and we'll get through.
tomorrow we're going to have our talent show. It's our annual talent show here. Matt is going to be singing Taylor Swift songs. Uh,
Absolutely not.
there, Matt, you have a friend.
Thank
Not
you.
a T Swizzle fan, and I don't have a great singing voice, so 0 for 2.
Don't insult the girls in the meetings. Glad you're here. We meet every night. iPhone 3, how about you? How are you enjoying today's meeting? Absolutely not. Matt found a kindred spirit named Matt. That's even better. Okay. iPhone 3. How about you? How are you enjoying today's meeting? Okay. Oh, Autumn. Hey, Autumn. How about you? How are you liking today's meeting?
I love it.
Yeah. All right. You been to AA before?
Yes.
Yeah. And so listen, come every day for 5 days. See how you like it. You'll probably
Okay.
see. I think Gina's gonna be back here. She looks like she's gonna come back. And then,
Yeah,
are you a Taylor Swift fan?
I am.
There you go. Perfect. See, that's, don't ask, don't ask me why I'm bringing this up.
Okay.
Uh, I won't ask you. Good. Okay. Yeah. Every day, same time, same bat channel. Um, and we work hard here. Everything gets done here. Um, say, Samantha, how are you, and how are you liking today's meeting? Where are
Um,
you called? Hmm?
I'm calling from Lafayette, Colorado, and I'm really enjoying the meeting. Um, I
How long have you been sober?
uh about a little over 48 hours.
48. Okay. Well, this is the meeting for you. Yep, we'll be here. We'll be
Okay.
here tomorrow. We're having our AA talent show tomorrow night, New Year's Eve. That'll be that'll be really good. We're gonna set off explosives in my backyard. The
Okay.
last time the cops came,
Oh no.
you know, got an $85 ticket.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds like it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was I don't know. This time I go to jail, they told me, so I have to
Don't do
gotta
that.
keep it under the you know they there's an old saying in AA, it's not an AA party till the cops show up. Okay, never mind. I realize I'm being a bad influence on people here. Uh Dominic. Hey Dominic, how are you? Where are you calling from? How long are you sober? And how are you liking today's meeting, Dominic?
I'm liking it a lot. I am calling from Firestone, Colorado. This is actually my second meeting.
Here with us?
Yes, I missed
Oh,
yesterday's because I had to work, but I'm back today and I'm really
you're
enjoying it.
you're in Firestone. How long are you sober?
This is day 4.
Day 4. Okay, good. Glad you're here. And keep coming. Uh, Winona. So you've come to this meeting before, right? And I
Yes, I
recognize
have
a lot, right? Where are you
a
calling
lot
from?
at
Yeah, what?
Phoenix, Arizona.
That's right. You're in Phoenix. You're
Yep.
not Winona from Winona or from wherever. You're not on Route 66, right? No.
Well, sort
Okay.
of, pretty close.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, Winslow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're in Winslow or Phoenix?
I'm in Phoenix.
All right. How long are you sober now?
843 days.
Holy crap. So it's
Yeah.
Winona, and your name's
Yep.
Winona, right? Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, good to see you. You haven't been here in a
You
year or
too.
so, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while.
What the hell?
I know. I've been, you know, exploring other meetings and yeah, what the hell? I
Did,
missed the meeting. I missed this meeting.
did you get married in between, or get,
No, I was married before.
and then you left him?
No.
Uh,
I
all
like
right.
Taylor Swift too.
Oh,
So,
oh, there you go.
and I have dogs.
All right.
No,
All
it's
right. What?
I was just saying it's been a great meeting.
Oh,
Character
yeah, I know.
defects and
For me too. All right.
yeah.
Well, glad you're here. Come again, please. Um, did I get everybody that was new, Matt? I pretty much did. Did I? Oh, did I talk to Allison?
No,
No. Hey,
I don't,
Allison.
I
How
don't
about, hey,
see it. She
how are you
read.
liking how are you liking the meeting, Allison?
Hey, it's good. It's good, and I have a year and a month.
Oh, a year and a month. It's your second day here. Okay.
Yes,
Yep. Glad you're here.
thank you. Taylor Swift was here last month, and I was nowhere to be found.
It's too bad. Uh, we've had everybody here. How about you? Do you have go-to defective behavior?
Well, I'm fearful and I'm a people pleaser, so I hide, but I try to do what I can to make people happy.
Yeah, glad you're here. Did we talk to Lisa? Lisa, did you point out
Did I point out, I'm sorry, hi Lisa, alcoholic, sober
a
142 days.
defective character
Well,
defective
I,
behavior?
do you think I need to? Do I have any? I'm
I
just
mean,
kidding.
well, you would
I
know.
think, yes, I do. I think professionally, I think I am able to control situations, so I expect that I should be able to do so in my personal life.
Yeah.
And when I find I can't do so in my personal life, I tend to hold things in and become very resentful. I think it's like the Italian Taurus in me to hold some grudges and resentments. So I think just learning to get rid of the resentments and letting things go and just coming to deal with things a little better has, um, really made a change in my relationships and even my professional life, my personal life, and things like that. So I think I'm trying to take this fault of holding things in and building resentments and just trying to let things go a little bit more
I,
than I
I
have in the
like,
past.
look at, I like the way you separate it out. So I had the very same thing. In my professional life with customers, clients, I'd always be like perfect. Uh,
Mhm.
People that worked for me, very, very good. But then in my life, people around me, I'm just a freaking nightmare on social media and all of that. And I separated it out. It was like this split personality walking around. So it took this program and this meeting for me to start to work on what is my def go-to defect, Jeff? What's my go-to defective behavior that how can you be nice to this customer and you're good with people that you work with, and then you turn around and walk down the street and run into somebody that you know, and you're like being an idiot? Who does that? Me. I don't do it
Mhm.
anymore, but I did. Are you changing,
Who?
Lisa? Are you
Oh,
changing?
yes, yes. I mean, I'm changing the way I approach situations. I've learned a lot of, you know, going through the 12 steps, I've learned a lot of ways to react to situations that might better suit myself and
Yeah.
others. So like I said, yesterday, getting through the holidays was much easier than it has in the past because I've learned new vices or new ways of doing things or
Yep.
accepting things I can change and letting go of the things I cannot. And
Like tomorrow, we're going to have a new way of behaving on New Year's Eve. Right here, we're going to have our New Year's Eve party, and then people are going to sing, dance, have like dancing, or singing. Some people will bring their cats, and nobody will be drinking. Won't be any fightings. There won't be like a big fight in the parking lot because we don't have a parking lot. It's a Zoom meeting. Okay. I'm just joking about that. Oh, really? You're joking? Yeah. Who else did we not get here? Jeff, back over to you. Where's Jeff? He was here. Oh, there you are. Hey, Jeff. Oh, there. And you got your hand up too. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yes, Jeff, alcoholic, South Florida. I wanted to say one thing that I haven't thought about for decades. You triggered it when you were in your conversation with everybody, what you said about yourself. When I first came in here, I remember one of the first times I was, sharing in front of the whole room, stood up in front there, and I said, it's funny. I feel as though all my life I pushed a Jeff dummy around in front of me. In other words, I don't. It's like it is a schism in us. We if we want to stay functional and do this, we know how to act, but that's not who really we are. We're like antisocial or everything like this. So once once we step out of that where it's required, our true self comes out. That was the Jeff dummy. I said, now I'm understanding that there's me and there's things are going to change. Just whatever. I'm
That's
going to be
why,
walking
Jeff,
out.
in here we try to practice being who we really are. We let our true selves come out,
Right.
okay? And we practice not acting out in here, not
Right.
misbehaving, not, we try to stop ourselves before or as we go off, as we tell the lie, reverse it, as we decide, well, I'm just going to get up on my, I'm going to get up on my thing. You know, it's like, wait, just don't do that right now. That's changing. You know, AA is the perfect behavioral modification program.
Modification. Yeah.
And that's what Bill was trying to get to in 6 and 7, but he funneled it through a form of Christianity, you know, in a way that God somehow magically would show us what these things are. I think we have to do a lot of fairly deep work to figure out what is my go-to defective behavior. My they're called operating principles.
Hmm.
You know, what like our mind is like a computer. We put these operating principles inside our mind, you know, and you know, one is well, if you don't like me, well, fuck you. You know, so we have the fuck you operating principle, you know, and there's a
Yes.
whole bunch of others, you know, and then the idea that try to why are we undoing these so that we can become the person that we were meant to be. The we're going to become the person that we want to be, the one that we have a vision of ourselves. I'm not like that. I was a good kid until they did whatever to me, and then I became, you know, a mean bastard. What the how do I get to that person? As Crosby,
Hmm.
Stills, and Nash saying, getting back to the garden. How do I get back to the garden? How do I get back to my essential self to be that person?
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
all alcohol and drugs did was it made me worse. So now here we are in this Brady Bunch square, and with all equality. How do I a day at a time, you know, become the person that I'm meant to be?
Right.
Your final thoughts on that, Jeff?
Jeff, Alcoholic, South Florida, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and so become the person you were meant to be, whatever, because the past is just a goodbye. There it is, and so become yourself, whatever that is, what you know, and work on and love that self, you know, because it's going to be worthy of being loved because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. The Jeff dummy is gone. There he is. There's Jeff. For what he's worth, he's working on things. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Wow. All right. I'm just laughing because
Yeah,
uh,
because why it just dawned on me
we're
that
tuned
came
in,
when
man. I know. It's
yeah,
okay. Matt, you
okay.
want to read the promises?
Sure. Mad alcoholic. If we're painstaking about this phase of our development, we'll be amazed before we are halfway through. We're going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We'll comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We'll lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. We'll intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We'll suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. They're being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They'll always materialize if we work for them.
All right. Thank you. Okay. And the serenity prayer goes like this. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And this meeting is officially over. If anybody has if you have any questions about AA or this meeting, you can unmute and ask away, especially if you're new here. We meet every day at the same time, same bat channel.